Bitcoin has been breaking out to the upside, but now the massive trap has been set. A lot of people will not expect what is about to happen next for Bitcoin. While in the short term all of the liquidity is piling up above us, Bitcoin is still trading below and fighting resistance at this moment. And this Bitcoin history is exactly repeating with this Bitcoin buying window closing up. So we are going to need to be talking about this Bitcoin trap and much more in today's update video. So as always, let's get started with that short term. And in the short term, Bitcoin has been perfectly and beautifully breaking out to the upside. Now, ever since getting this break to the upside, well, we have been fighting this level of resistance, and all you've been saying is going to be a pretty hard level to be breaking above for Bitcoin, and most likely we are going to be seeing some consolidation underneath. And that is exactly what is currently happening for Bitcoin still. But while we are seeing this consolidation below resistance, well, at the same time, we can be seeing that the funding rates are still trading extremely low, maybe even negative on most of the exchanges most of the time. And this is causing majority of the liquidity to be piling up above us. And we do know that Bitcoin usually tends to go towards a place where the majority of the liquidity is sitting at. It usually always liquidates the majority of the Bitcoin traders. And right now it is piling up above us, exactly above that level of resistance. Because also, if we're going to be zooming in the short term, we can be seeing some kind of a pattern being created over here, maybe even an ascending triangle pattern. So this is a bullish biased pattern, so a break to the upside is going to be pretty likely within the coming few days. So yeah, as of for now, Bitcoin is still consolidating inside of this new consolidation pattern, and this breakout is going to be ultimately very decisive, because we've been talking about two main scenarios in the past couple of days. First of all, a break to the upside, and yeah, just a break above this level of resistance. And in that case, we just want to be buying even more at the breakout above this resistance, right? Because yeah, we have been perfectly longing this Bitcoin breakout from this falling wedge pattern. We have already been buying a lot more Bitcoin, so we want to be buying even more at a break above this resistance. That's going to be a perfect and good opportunity in my opinion, grabbing that upside liquidity. Anyways, another scenario would be that we're still going to be coming down to the 50 daily moving average and then retest that 50 daily moving average and then head off to the upside again. This is exactly what has been happening during the last few times where we've been closing up this buying window. We've been closing up this buying window over here. What have we been doing? We've been coming back down to the 50 daily moving average and then head off to the upside. Right here, same thing happened. We were closing off that buying window, we were retesting the 50 daily moving average and then head off to the upside. Right now, potentially the same thing could be happening over here with a rejection from this downtrending level of resistance, then retest that 50 daily moving average and then head off to the upside. Also, if we're going to be having a look into the Bitcoin EMA ribbons, same thing has been happening, right? We've been retesting the Bitcoin EMA ribbons and that was the moment where we've been blasting off to the upside. Every single time this has been happening. So let's see if it is going to be happening again, or if we're going to be already blasting off to the upside. I just want to be playing it very patiently. I want to be waiting to see in which direction Bitcoin is going to be seeing this breakout. On that 8-hour time frame, if we're going to be zooming in, we have a perfect ascending triangle being created over here. Let's see whether Bitcoin is going to be seeing this breakout to the upside or to the downside, because that is going to be decisive which scenario is going to be playing out in my opinion. But regardless of the break in that imminent short term, I do think that Bitcoin is going to be headed even higher in that longer term, because all of the Bitcoin charts have just been lining up that we are going to be seeing more moves to the upside getting created. And I do think we're going to be headed for new all-time highs over here. The question is just going to be, when are we going to be seeing so? Are we going to be seeing it right now already? Or are we still going to be retesting that 50 daily moving average? That is going to be the main question. But inevitably, in that longer term, I still think that Bitcoin is going to be following that global liquidity and we are going to be, headed for new all-time highs. Now, yeah, it will depend a lot on what day lag you're going to be having a look into the global liquidity, because I'm right now having a look into a 105-day offset, so a 105-day lag for the Bitcoin price following that global liquidity. This is usually the most accurate day, the most accurate offset, 105 days. But some people will have a look into an 80-day offset as well, 75-day offset or 95-day offset. Usually the 105-day offset tends to be the most accurate one. But let's see, because I will not be using the global liquidity as an exact indicator that we need to be exactly following this line over here. I will just be using it as that general trend and that general direction. Right here, the general direction was to the downside, but ever since breaking this downtrend, I have been saying, okay, now we're going to be following the general direction to the upside, and we are going to be following the general trend from the global liquidity to the upside. This is how I've been using the global liquidity indicator. I have found this to be working very good, very accurately, especially when you place all of these other charts on top of each other and you're just stacking all of these signals and it's all just lining up. So yeah, that is still just exactly what is currently happening, because every single signal is pointing into the same direction. Also, the bullish, we have been seeing this bullish MACD cross on that 3-day time frame, and every single time this has been happening, we have seen an amazing rally to the upside. We have seen a plus 88% gain, plus 86% gain, plus 72% gain, plus 83% gain, and right now I think we're about to see another 70% to 80% gain to the upside, and that will be making our last and final leg to the upside for this Bitcoin bull market. Around that 130k level would be a very nice target in my opinion, when we are going to be reaching these new all-time, right, which is going to be pretty inevitable. The dollar is still collapsing to the downside. This is very good for risk on assets like, for example, Bitcoin and also, for example, altcoins. So looking very good. I mean, the central banks pretty much do not have any other option than to be printing even more money, which is going to be increasing the global liquidity even further, and which is going to be causing Bitcoin to go even higher in that longer term, right? Anyways, guys, if you're going to be getting interested in trading yourself as well with this amazing opportunity coming up in that shorter time frame, well, make sure to be checking out that first link down below, because with that first link down below, you can be claiming a very nice $150 completely for free over on Blofin. So be sure to be checking that one out. Anyways, in that longer term for Bitcoin, congratulations if you're still sticking around, because a lot of retail has been leaving the space and a lot of people have been giving up while we have been in this down market. But soon we are about to initiate that next leg up again, and it will be very great. We are about to make so much money in the next leg up again. Anyways, we are still definitely trading in a bull market. 0 out of the 30 bull market peak indicators have been getting hit, so it's still looking very good in my opinion. Anyways, guys, if you do like the content, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Right now, 18.1k subscribers, looking very good. I'm trying to be reaching that 20k subscribers fairly soon. Make sure to like this video if you do like the content. And guys, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.